everybody, I'm Joy Evans.
And I'm Wendy Yi.
And today we are taking a look at Cascadia Junior.
For all the little of you out there.
Yes.
So littles.
So this is becoming the new duel. It's becoming
the
new duel. Like everything got a duel, and now everything's going to get a for kids version.
Yeah, I think they've been doing that for a while.
They have been. I'm just noticing it now. Maybe it's because my daughter is playing more and more games. I'm actually starting to pick them up.
Yeah. So this has the same Beth Sobel artwork that you get from regular Cascadia, and then we have Fertessa, Elise, and Randy Flynn. So Randy Flynn worked on the first one, and then Fertessa actually has worked on like the Funko Pop games, some of the Disney stuff that's come out in the last few years. So Joey, you're going to show everyone how this is played, right?
I am, and here's a quick how to play. Okay, we are set up for a game of Cascadia Junior here. I'm only going to show one player here on camera. The rest are kind of off camera. And the setup for different players is the number of tiles, habitat tiles here, is going to differ depending on the player count. But pretty much this is going to be how you play Cascadia Junior. It's fairly light. It's similar to Cascadia because you are kind of building patterns here. You're going to have your market here. The first thing you're going to do on your turn is you're going to choose land. And your land, what you're trying to do is get these animals next to each other. Get groups of 3 of the animals next to each other, or, well, as well as get habitats next to each other. So you want to get water next to water. So let's see here what I have right here. Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and grab this one right here. I'm going to position this. This does actually, you know what? I'm positioning it like that. Take a look. Perfect move. So I've got 2 foxes next to each other, and I've also got 2 water next to each other. So you're going to keep going. You're going to go ahead and refill the market, and you check every time to see if you have 3 yet. Now, I do not. So next person is going to go and say this is still available here. I'm going to then place this right here. Now, take a look. I have 3 foxes right there. Whoopee! And because I got 3 foxes, I can go ahead and drop this on them, and I get to go over here and I get to get my wildlife sighting token right here. And I get to place it on my panorama board. Everybody's going to have one of these boards. You don't look at the back yet because the back has the scoring. At the end of the game, you're going to go ahead and score pine cones. Those are on the back of these and also these right here, the habitats. So I'm going to go ahead and place it wherever you want on your panorama board. And then the next person's turn. Now notice I do have the habitats. These aren't going to score until the very end of the game. Okay, so you're going to continue like that and you're going to choose land, add your land, check the wildlife, make sure you don't have 3 together. Then you're going to refill the market, and you're going to keep going until you have 10 habitat tiles in addition to the one that you started with. And then the game is going to end. You're going to go to final scoring. Now, this is not a great scoring thing. I just put this out here just so you can see how scoring works. So take a look. I do have some over here already. Let's actually move these off, and I'll show you how I got some of these. So pretty much you're going to start off. Notice that throughout the game I've gotten 3 foxes here, gave me this. 3 bears here, gave me this one. 3 foxes here, gave me this. And now I'm going to score habitat tiles. So right here I've got a habitat tile of 3. What happens here is these groups will get you these habitat tiles over here. For example, if you have 3, 4, or 5, you're going to get 1. So I've got 3 water. So I'm going to go ahead and get 1, just like this. Over here, I've got 3 habitat tiles touching. These right here. So actually, I've got 4, but I still only get 1. So I'm going to go and grab 1 here. Now, I'm actually doing really well here. I have got 6 that are touching. Now, like I said, 3, 4, 5, you get 1. But if I happen to have 6 touching, well, I'm going to get 2. So just like this, I'm going to drop 2 tiles right there on my board. Now, nowhere else here I've got 3 or more, so this is pretty much what I get. And you go to final scoring, you get the most pine cones. You're going to flip these over. I've got 2 there, so that's 2 and 2. That's 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 points for my board. So pretty much that is a quick overview on how you play Cascadia Junior. So let's send it back and see what we thought about it. Okay, so again, that's not all the rules, but it pretty much is because it's a pretty simple game.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to it. There aren't the changing objectives like you see in regular Cascadia.
There's not.
And so I mean, obviously they streamlined this for children.
They really did. I mean, it still has that same feel as far as building the grid and things like that, putting the animals together. It still has that. but it is very simplified.
It is. And one thing that I find with this is not only is it simplified, but I feel like you have less decisions. So because you have those little hexagons together,
Right.
I feel like you can be less precise with this because you just have to deal with what's hanging over and left, even if it's something that you don't want. The other thing that I think is strange about this is that they have the scoring for groups of 3 and scoring for groups of 6. But really, the scoring is just for 2 sets of groups of 3. Like, I feel like that's more confusing for children. Just say, every set of 3, you can score.
That's where I was, because it was hard to wrap my head around 3, 4, 5, but 6 gets 2. It was like, oh, so pretty much just groups of 3.
Yeah.
Is the way it should have been put in there.
Because then you can, like, actually score them.
Right.
And make them, make them a whole shebang.
Which honestly, I do like. I hate whenever things are like, okay, you can get points for your group of 5. What about 10 together? No, it still counts as 5. You know, so it counts as 2 separate groups. So that right there is, the thing is, there is so much luck in this game.
Oh, yeah.
And it is like, and not just say, oh, it's luck. It's luck everywhere you look, right? It's just like
luck everywhere you look, baby.
From like the flop where you put out what you can choose. Like, I guess I'm taking this one, and then at the end, it's all about the luck of what the pine cones are.
Yeah, and I think that the point behind that is so that children can beat adults. Like, there's the possibility for that. And if you really want to give yourself more of a challenge and your child more of a benefit, like if you want them to have a bigger chance, have them specifically pull from a pool of stuff that has 2 pine cones on it, and you only pull 1. So you have to have to work harder at it. That's an option. I'm not saying you have to let your kid win, because I think kids should lose, but just not all the time. I think they need to know that they have a chance of winning. And I think that the point of that luck that they're adding in is so that they have that chance.
I see that, but I also see the problem when they do really, really well. Like, at times, because of the luck of the flop, they're like, wow, they have a much better grid. Like, it happened to us one time with our daughter. She had a much better grid. She had more animals. Like, she still lost. Why? Because she happened to get 1 pine cone. And it's like,
that's frustrating. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, and then I had to say, you pretty much won. She's like, yeah, I know.
Did she? Okay, so she is what? 9, 8, 9?
9, yeah.
9.
Well, yeah.
Does she have any issue with the instructions at all?
No,
not whatsoever.
No.
So this is geared at a 6. We haven't played this with 6 because our kids are 9 and 10.
Right.
But they had no issue whatsoever, and honestly, I think they could handle Cascadia just fine.
Yeah.
So I think this is meant for the 6 to 7, 8-year-old age group. A non-gamer kid, 9, 10, 11, whatever.
Right.
But if you have a gamer kid, you might just want to wait a year or 2 and just skip to regular Cascadia unless you're really dying to play this with your child. But other than that, like, I still recommend it. So I'm going to give this a 7.
Oh, wow.
Because
okay.
I still recommend this for kids. I think that it fits for the age group. I personally don't love the randomness, but I think that it works for what they want it to work for.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that it does what it's supposed to do with that. I think it makes it a little bit harder for your kid to make those perfect synergies because they are 2-sided tile, or like they're 2-piece tiles.
Right.
But I think that also teaches them to work with not getting everything that they want and not making it perfect. So I think that it teaches some good skills. Am I just going to play regular Cascadia? Yes. But do I recommend this specifically for kids from that, gamer 6 to 9? Yeah, I do.
I think it's I'm coming a bit lower to 6 because I think it's good, but then I also wonder, I think it's good if you have a kid that you're introducing to hobby gaming. Because this does kind of branch out from the roll and move type things. Mm-hmm. But it's just one step further, But if you have and they're quickly going to get past this. The randomness throws me off, and it's almost too simple for me. But that being said, my daughter did enjoy it. She's like, she's not asking to play it again, which says something, but she did enjoy the couple plays we had of it.
Oh, nice.
So know that going into it, that if you're looking for something very light, if your kids are like, I think maybe 5, 6, whatever, you're building patterns, you're putting animals next to each other. It's pretty easy to explain to children.
Yeah, I think that it is.
So anyway, that's Cascadia Junior. If you have somebody like that in your life, check it out. I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Wendy Yi.
All right, bye.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening, where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.